Hey there, Amanda Berlin here, a fractional CMO who works with professional services agencies to transform scattered marketing efforts into strategic systems that drive predictable growth. After 20 years of marketing, both in the New York City corporate agency world and consulting with hundreds of firms just like yours, I've seen what works and what doesn't. If you're running a professional services firm and feeling stuck at a certain revenue plateau despite delivering amazing work, this video is for you. Now, let's be real. You're great at what you do, your clients love you, but somehow your growth has stalled and breaking through feels impossible. You've built your business on expertise and relationships, doing brilliant work that generates referrals. That approach worked beautifully until it didn't. Now you've saturated your local market with no clear growth plan. After working in the trenches with professional services firms just like yours, I've identified 4 specific traps that keep even the most brilliant businesses stuck. Let's break them down so you can see which ones might be holding you back. First, this is what I call the ownership trap. Marketing is everyone's job, but no one is responsible for it. No one owns it. And we definitely don't have a strategy. Just a bunch of contractors, some freelancers, an agency, and they're all doing random things. Sound familiar? You've got a designer here, a copywriter there, maybe a social media person somewhere else, but no cohesive strategy tying it all together. I recently worked with a fractional CFO firm in exactly this position. They had multiple contractors handling different aspects of marketing and no central direction. The result? Fragmented initiatives, inconsistent messaging, and campaigns that started and stopped without gaining momentum. And the founder was constantly frustrated because nothing seemed to work. Without designated marketing leadership, without anyone owning the function, even the most talented team members and external resources struggle to create cohesive results. Marketing becomes a series of random activities rather than a strategic function driving business growth. The second trap I see most often is the expertise trap. We know our stuff. Our service delivery is amazing. We're doing things in a way no one else in our industry is doing them, but we do not know how to market ourselves so we get the right clients in the door. Your team excels at delivering specialized expertise, but that same expertise makes it difficult to communicate your value in client-friendly language. You're too much of an expert. It's time to cut the jargon and create language that truly resonates with your ideal audience. I worked with an HR consulting firm that had developed an innovative approach to employee retention. Their clients' results were exceptional, but their marketing made them sound just like everyone else. They were so deep in their methodology that they couldn't communicate their value in a way that had prospects saying, "I need that." This creates a painful disconnect. You know you deliver exceptional value, but prospective clients don't recognize it until after they've already hired you, making it hard to attract new business. So it's time to bring your expertise down to earth so that it really connects with the right people. The third trap is the measurement trap. This aligns perfectly with our first trap, the ownership trap. When you have a series of disconnected marketing functions, then it's really hard to measure anything. You might be saying, we can't clearly connect marketing activities to business results. We're tracking nothing. I often ask clients in my discovery sessions what their metrics are, and they're just shaking their heads like, we don't have that kind of information. So without proper measurement systems, marketing becomes an expense rather than an investment. When I ask most professional services firms what marketing metrics they track, I get blank stares or vague answers about website traffic. One accounting firm I worked with was spending thousands of dollars monthly on marketing with absolutely no idea if it was generating returns. They just were continuing ineffective tactics because no one knew what was working, what was not working, and what to abandon and what to continue. It was really hard to show results. When you can't measure marketing effectiveness, you're essentially operating in the dark, unable to replicate successes or address failures. Now, finally, there's the growth ceiling. This is the dreaded trap that prevents you from growing in the ways you know you can. Without systemic marketing, over-reliance on founder relationships or word of mouth or referrals, as though those are actual marketing strategies, means that you end up just stuck. You're hitting a revenue plateau and you can't break through. Many professional services firms grow initially through founder relationships and referrals. And this approach works well, but only up to a point. It eventually creates a ceiling where business development depends entirely on the founder's network and capacity. Growth stalls, personal relationships are exhausted, and expanding to new markets becomes impossible, though necessary. One law firm I work with had grown to 3 million in revenue through the founders' relationships and personal connections. But they plateaued for 3 straight years despite hiring more talent because they had no system for generating business effectively beyond those relationships. Referrals are valuable, but they're not a marketing strategy. They are a byproduct of excellent service delivery, and relying on them limits your growth potential. So here's my question for you. Which of these traps resonates with you the most? The impact of these traps is significant. You're missing growth opportunities, losing ground to competitors, and feeling stuck passively reacting to opportunities instead of experiencing the momentum that comes from strategically aligned marketing. But there's good news. These traps are common and conquerable. Transforming your marketing approach requires shifting from tactical execution and reactive efforts to strategic, proactive systems. That means establishing clear marketing leadership, translating technical expertise into compelling messaging, and implementing measurement systems and scaling processes that extend beyond founder relationships. This is exactly what I help firms like yours to achieve. So if you're ready to break through these traps, there's just one thing to do. Reach out and schedule your time to chat with me. Go to amandaberlin.com/consult and we'll talk about where you are now, what feels most challenging, what your vision is, and how we might chart a course to get you there. amandaberlin.com/consult, and stay tuned for more information just like this. I'll talk to you soon.